Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. We just wrapped up our 9 News at Noon newscast. Hopefully you were able to join in for that. If not, I do have your full weather forecast here, and if you're tuning in from Facebook Live, I will be able to say hi or answer some questions or anything else you might want to message or leave there. But let's go ahead and take a couple of looks outside because we have a few different scenes going on around the state right now. This is a live look at Loveland Ski Area where you can see there is still some snow falling here, and that coupled with the high winds we're seeing all across the state, that could lead to some blowing snow in these areas, which also leads to reduced visibilities. So you can see these cars here driving a little slower than they would be otherwise, but this is an area you just really want to watch out for any sort of hazardous driving conditions if you do need to travel through here. Now we take a live look at Fort Collins, a total different scene happening here. Dry, mostly sunny, partly cloudy, but that flag is whipping around. We have some very strong winds, especially in the eastern plains and even along the Front Range, where we do have a couple of advisories there. We'll go into that in just a moment, but those winds gusting up to around 65 miles per hour. Now we take a look in Denver. This is from our 9 News building, and you can see that mix of sun and clouds out there. It's also noticeably drier, of course, and not quite as windy as what we were just seeing in Fort Collins, but still a windy afternoon all in all. So if you have to be out there, you definitely want to make sure you're aware of those high winds. Hold on to your hats. Use that strong hairspray today if you do have to be out and about. 25 degrees, again, mix of sun and clouds. Those winds coming in from the north at 24 miles per hour. So those northern winds packing a punch. We're over 30 degrees colder than we were this time yesterday, and that wind chill being impacted. So it feels closer to 10 degrees if you're going to be outside this afternoon. Now we take a look at temperatures all across the state. Front Range and Eastern Plains mostly in the 20s. We're seeing mid to upper 20s there. But then in the mountain areas, of course, colder, where we're seeing teens and even single digits in some areas. So definitely a day you want to grab that winter coat. The good news is you won't need it for too long. Tomorrow we start to rebound. We see more seasonal temperatures tomorrow. Then we're above average for our Christmas and day after Christmas. But let's take a look at this 24-hour temperature change map. In Denver, we're 36 degrees colder than we were this time yesterday. A huge drop. Once that cold front moved into the area, boy, was it strong. So we're all feeling it if you've been outside at all so far today. Now we take a look at these sustained winds. In the eastern plains, mostly around 35 miles per hour. And then you can see just a little further west, those winds not quite as strong, but still pretty moderate wind speeds all across the state. This is our wind gusts map, where you can see we're having a lot of wind gusts around 50, 55 miles per hour, 60 mile per hour wind gusts in Springfield. So very windy in these areas, and again, with these winds coming in so strong and from the north behind this cold front, that's what's making it feel so much colder than what the thermometer is reading right now. Our HD Doppler radar is showing that our winter weather advisory that we had off to the west has expired, but let's go ahead and take a look at some snow totals or some snow reports we've gotten in these areas. Steamboat Springs reported over 2 inches of snowfall, and this was from last night all the way through current conditions. So we started seeing that snow in some of these mountain areas yesterday afternoon all the way through the evening and morning hours, and now they're starting to wrap up a bit. In Vail, they reported almost 3 inches of snowfall, and Snowmass Village, we got 4 inches of snowfall reported there. So that's looking to be our snowiest area. But then just barely south of here in Crested Butte, that's where we're seeing maybe about 1.5 inches of snowfall reported in that area. So again, the snow is starting to wrap up in these areas, but we did get quite a bit of snow there, so that's why we had that winter weather advisory. And again, even after the snow has finished falling, you do want to be aware if you have to travel through these areas that snow mixed with those high winds could really reduce those visibilities. Our futurecast is showing that all of the snow in the area wraps up. Even some portions of the eastern plains got a little bit of snowfall closer to Nebraska and Kansas borders, but all in all, the majority of that snowfall stayed in the mountains just as predicted. As we go into the evening, we're mostly clear. That cloud cover stays away for our Thursday, as we have a mostly sunny day in store for tomorrow. But if you are planning out the rest of your day today, much colder and very windy. Those are your big takeaways for our Wednesday afternoon. Those highs looking to max out in the low 30s. Those winds are going to stay pretty strong, and coming in from the north, it's going to make it feel a lot colder than what the thermometer is reading. Tonight we're mostly clear, we're gusty and cold, those overnight lows in the teens. And then tomorrow, that's when we start to see things rebound a bit. 47 degrees is our expected high tomorrow. Our usual highs this time of year in this area are in the low 40s, so close to seasonal temperatures there. Friday and Saturday, that's where we're above average by quite a bit. We're seeing those temperatures in the mid to upper 50s for Christmas Day and even the day after Christmas. If you want to go and do some post-holiday shopping, catch those sales, we'll have a great day in store Saturday. Sunday's not too bad, but just a little cooler. We're back in the low 40s. And then as we start our work week next week, right now it's looking like we could see maybe a slight chance for some flurries to light snow showers both Monday evening and Tuesday evening. Those temperatures in the 30s Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So now is where I take a break and I click on over to Facebook here to see if we have any sort of comments, questions, anything like that from people viewing or tuning in through Facebook Live. Let's go ahead and see what we have here. All right, looks like we have a couple of people maybe not too happy that we're not going to see snow for Christmas. We knew all along that it was going to be a long shot to have a white Christmas. Our better chances were to have some sort of remaining snow on the ground by Christmas, but that's even looking like it's really not going to be possible with those temperatures in the mid-50s. And Alex says, I hope we get some moisture next week. Well, right now in our 7-day forecast, we do have snow chances Monday evening and Tuesday evening. Right now, those are still pretty slight chances. And it's not looking to be a whole lot of moisture or precipitation just in those evening hours. Kimberly wants to ice fish and says it's so annoying. I'm sorry about that, Kimberly. Hopefully you could find another fun outdoor activity as we wait for any sort of real winter temperatures and weather to move into the area. We've been pretty lucky, I guess, depending on how you look at it, but we've had a pretty light to moderate winter so far, but it's still early. We're still in December. We have a few months left. All right. And Nancy says she was born and raised in Colorado, but she just can't take the cold anymore. Well, this warmer weather, I'm sure you're happy about that. Kimberly responds with swimming. That's who posted about the ice fishing. I don't know. I think we're in between swimming and ice fishing. Maybe a nice hike with a jacket. That's what I'm going to recommend. All right, and it looks like we still have more people commenting and saying hello, and I do appreciate you guys joining me. I'm going to scroll backwards here a little bit to see who I may have missed. Yvonne hopes I have a great Christmas. I hope you have a great Christmas as well. Reggie Scott says, welcome, Robinson. I haven't been called Robinson in a while. I like that. That's fun. See you, Joker. Asks how much longer it'll be windy in the Boulder foothills. The strongest winds are likely to stick around through this afternoon and into this evening, but it's still going to be pretty windy leading all the way up until Christmas. So I wouldn't expect those winds to really completely die down into the weekend. So I hope that answers your question there. And Nancy says winds and major temp drops are the worst. Yeah, it's pretty bad there. And yep, no snow in the city, says Charlene. That is true. Then Diane asks if we're expecting any snow for Parker or Franktown this week. Any snow through the rest of this week, meaning until Saturday, we're likely to stay dry and even mostly sunny and above average. So we're not expecting any more snow this week. Now, if you're asking this week in terms of my 7-day forecast, we are keeping an eye out for snow chances Monday night and Tuesday night. Right now, where that lands and how much we're expecting and timing, things like that, are still a little up in the air as we're waiting on the models to be in better agreement before we have any real answers for that. And it's still a few days out, so we'll have better chances or better answers for any snow chances on Monday night and Tuesday night as maybe we get through the weekend. Atlanta says, so not a lot of snow Monday and Tuesday. Right now, it's not looking like it, but again, the models aren't in great agreement, so we're going to hold off on any sort of snow totals or snow timing until we get a little closer, and that's likely going to be around the weekend. And Rosemary asks, any major storms along the range forecast after Monday? Well, Tuesday we do have another chance maybe for some snow to move in, but I don't know that I would classify it as a major storm. And we're still waiting to see, but honestly right now it's not looking like it's going to be a total whiteout on Monday or Tuesday. So it's looking like that snow, even as is, will likely stay in the evening to overnight hours, maybe in the very early morning hours on Tuesday and Wednesday. Diane says, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you as well. And Natalie asks, why does Friday have a COVID ball on it? That is a Christmas ornament with lights around it. I agree. I don't know that I've ever seen Christmas lights on a Christmas ornament, but that's what it's supposed to be. All right, well, it's looking like that's about all I have as far as questions or comments. So thank you again for tuning in, and I hope you're able to stay dry and out of the wind as we go through the rest of our day. Things get better as we head toward Christmas. And again, no white Christmas this year. We'll see sunny skies and above average temperatures, but hopefully you find a way to enjoy it. And we'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a good one.